Have you ever noticed that the harder you try to fall asleep, the more awake you feel? You lie in bed staring at the clock, commanding your brain to turn off. But the more you force it, the more your heart rate rises. Contrast that with a moment when you are reading a dry textbook. You were actively trying to stay awake, yet your eyelids grew heavy and you drifted off within seconds. This is the law of reverse effort. It states a simple, uncomfortable truth. The more consciously you exert force to achieve a state of mind, the more you push that state away. In modern culture, we are conditioned to believe a simple equation: more effort equals more results. We are told to grind, hustle, and force our way through obstacles. If you aren't succeeding, the diagnosis is always the same. You aren't trying hard enough. So you double down. You set 5 a.m. alarms, make aggressive tattle lists, and try to force productivity through sheer willpower. And what happens? Within days you crash. You end up staring blankly at your computer, completely unable to perform. This is followed by guilt and the belief that something is wrong with you. Nothing is wrong with you. You are simply driving a car with the handbrake fully engaged. You are stepping on the gas, burning out the engine, and wondering why you aren't moving smoothly. We need to break down why brute force effort is actively sabotaging your focus and how to shift to frictionless action. To understand why traditional self-help advice fails, we have to look at how the brain manages energy. Most people treat willpower like an infinite well of discipline. Psychology tells us the opposite. Willpower functions like a battery. Every single conscious decision you make drains a percentage of that battery. By mid-afternoon, your willpower battery is drained, state called decision fatigue. When this happens, your brain defaults to whatever action requires the absolute lowest amount of energy. This is why you find yourself scrolling social media for 2 hours instead of working on your goals. When you rely entirely on trying hard, you use limited willpower to fight against internal resistance. You tell your brain, "I hate doing this, but I'm forcing myself anyway." This creates massive internal friction. Your body enters a subtle fight-or-flight state, releasing cortisol. Your brain interprets this stress as a threat, generating strong urges to escape the task. Procrastination isn't a time management problem, it's an emotional regulation problem. It is your brain's attempt to escape the tension you created by trying so hard. Here is what high achievers rarely tell you. They do not have superhuman willpower. The people who consistently write books, build businesses, or maintain elite fitness are not sitting at their desks white-knuckle forcing themselves to work. They don't fight their brains. They build environments where required daily effort is so low that willpower becomes unnecessary. They don't try hard. They make action effortless. If willpower is an unreliable fuel, what replaces it? The answer is friction management. Think of your daily behavior like water flowing down a mountain. Water always takes the path of least resistance. It doesn't exert effort. It follows the natural slope of the terrain. If you want to change where the water flows, you don't fight the water, you change the shape of the terrain. Every action you take has a degree of friction attached to it. High friction actions require multiple steps, setup time, or mental discomfort. Low friction actions require zero thought, immediate access, and zero resistance. When you struggle to start a task, it's rarely laziness. It's because the friction threshold to begin is too high. High friction. You wake up to a messy desk, your laptop is off in a bag. You boot it up, get distracted by unread emails, open a blank document, and sit there asking, "What should I write?" The mental friction is high, so your brain defaults to YouTube. Zero friction. The night before, you clear your desk, open the exact document, and leave the laptop open. In the morning, you sit down and simply finish the sentence you left incomplete. This gives us the rule of friction. To eliminate a bad habit, a DD friction. Put your phone in another room or log out of social apps. Every extra step creates a delay between impulse and action, letting your rational mind take control. To build a good habit, subtract friction. Reduce the steps required to begin to the absolute minimum. When you eliminate friction, you don't need to try hard. You simply slide into action. Long before neuroscience explained willpower, ancient philosophy had already mastered effortless action. In Taoist philosophy, there is a central concept called Wu Wei Off, translated as actionless action or effortless flow. It doesn't mean being lazy or passive. It refers to action aligned with the natural flow of a situation, taken without unnecessary force or ego. Imagine a swimmer in a river. A novice swimmer splashes frantically, fighting the current, burning energy with little progress. The expert swimmer aligns their body with the river, using the water's natural energy to glide forward effortlessly. In modern psychology, we call this the flow state, where you become deeply immersed in an activity. Time disappears, and performance spikes effortlessly. How do you enter Wu Wei in daily work? By abandoning outcome obsession. When you try hard, your mind fixates entirely on the destination. You tell yourself, I must finish this 20-page document, or I must build this business. Hyper-focusing on distant outcomes creates anxiety because it constantly reminds you that you aren't there yet. To practice Wu Wei, separate direction from attention. Set your direction once, then bring 100% of your attention to the single step in front of you. You aren't writing a whole book, you're writing one clear sentence. When you drop the demand for immediate results and focus purely on the immediate process, tension vanishes. And when tension vanishes, the work becomes light. To stop forcing your life and start flowing today, apply this simple 3-step framework. First, lower the benchmark. Shrink your daily target to something absurdly small. Write one sentence or read one page. Lowering the barrier destroys starting friction and lets momentum take over. Second, remove initiation friction. Fix the single obstacle blocking your start, whether it's a messy desk or a phone in sight. Clear the clutter, so taking action becomes the easiest path available. Third, use the 80% rule. Ditch perfectionism by aiming for an 80% standard. Removing the pressure to be flawless stops anxiety, relaxes your mind, and actually produces better results. If this perspective helped you, like the video and subscribe for more systems on self-development. Thanks for watching.